Happen right now. You think that it's going down? Yes, yes, y'all. It's the daily go get mism show. You think it ain't when it is? You think it won't when it whiz? We are here and it is a hump day, and we do it our own way. So tonight we talking about what is real and what is ratchet. Or should I say, I should say what you might call ratchet and what you might call real. What you might call real and what you might call ratchet. There's a difference. There's a difference, baby. And we're going to show you the difference. Tonight on the Daily Go Get 'Em Ism Show, we're going to try to show the differences between what people might call ratchet and what people might call real. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you know how I feel? Well, we gonna feel each other out. We gonna get it popping tonight on the daily go get up Mism show. Hold on to your horses. Care Bear is in the house. Bow, she about to turn it out. And T Carey right. Oh, so whip in the house. What? I see you tonight. Word. And S Cook. Never have them all shook. I'm glad that you never got mistaken for a fake or a phony. You coming on through like Tony. Good to see me some you. That's my word. Thanks for coming on through, y'all. So we're going to talk about what you might call ratchet and what you might call real. What y'all know? What you know now? The Daily Go Get 'Em Ism Show. Now, from my point of view, a lot of things that are ratchet and a lot of things that are real are very, 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 very similar. But it depends on which eyes, which frames that you're looking at it through, you know. So we gonna try and work it out. We gonna work it out. Work it out. Yes. We gonna work it out. What you know now? Yeah. It's about to just go down. So let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this your daily, the daily go get 'em ism show. We do this every single day, every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. I'm your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the. And if you can't say Omar with the, well, then you just say Omar with the R. It's the Daily Go Get 'Em Ism Show all up in your area. And we are live and direct, and it's going dizzy. Dizzy, yup. Hump day, the third of the month, all up in your areas. We got some go-getters. Some show followers, you know, that's down with the crew, and their birthdays are today. But we're going to get to that at the end of the show, unless one or two of them show up here, you know, get the, you know what I'm saying? You know, they have to get acknowledged all early in the game, son. You know what I'm saying? You got to get acknowledged all early. But it's the Daily Go Get 'Em Ism Show on this hump day, man, June 3rd. And it was a pretty good day today. We have to deal with a couple of crazy things going on in our world. Some crazy things going on in our world. You already know. We still dealing with this COVID-19 situation. So the quarantine is going down, but you wouldn't know it because there's so much protesting because of the unrest that has surfaced with the killing of my man George Floyd. May you rest in peace. Killed at the hands of a corrupt and extremely brutal police officer last week. So we're still dealing with the fallout, dealing with that. So, you know, that's where we are with it. You know what I mean? That's where we are with it. And that's something that we have to deal with. But tonight, I thought that we would go back to our old ratchet ways. You know, I've been very serious lately. We've been talking about some real serious shit, and these are serious times. But it's time for us to take a little look around at our usage of a certain terminology. What the hell? I wonder why I did that. Oh, damn. I know why I did it. You know what I'm saying? Here I am thinking that I'm on let's keep it moving. We need to take some time out and think about our usage of a certain terminology. So when we start talking about ratchet and what we consider to be ratchet, who we consider to be ratchet, and how that plays out, is going to be different from person to person, baby. It's going to be different from person to person. Now, we use the word ratchet to describe somebody who normally does things that are out of pocket and not having anything to do with what we would do. They are definitely different, but different in what way? Different how? How do those differences play out? That's what we have to consider when we start talking about what you might call ratchet and what you might call real. You know, what are those differences? Is ratchet an action? Is it a look? Is it a feeling? Is it on the inside, or is it something you can see coming all the way down the street? I see somebody ratchet. She got gold hair. No, I ain't say blonde hair. She got the gold hair and gold earrings. That's rose gold. Yo, I'm not sold. The shit looks crazy. And yo, I'm amazed at this shit she looking. That shit ain't John Blaze. And she got on a belly shirt and it's making my belly hurt from laughing that much. I'm about to squirt pee on myself. You see this shit? The belly hanging all the way down with her tits. And she got on the belly shirt. She ratchet. She got on the belly shirt. She ratchet. She got on the belly shirt. She ratchet. Oh, Lord. We about to catch she ratchet. And you can't stop her. She ratchet. Yeah, she hot and she ratchet. She thinks she hot, but she's really not. She's ratchet all the way. And you can't do nothing about baby. She on that other stuff, thinks that it's tough, but I've seen enough. Yeah, I've seen enough. So, you know, when we start talking about who's ratchet and what's ratchet, it starts to really start to manifest itself. Ratchetity. Carol Chamber, let me favor. Carol Chamber, let me favorita is all up in the house, and D Young all up in here. Good to see you. Yes, yo. Thanks for coming through. Y'all appreciate me some. You make sure y'all hit that like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Good looking out. And Charlene Curry. Charlene Curry. What's going on, Charlene? How you feeling, Charlene? Thanks for coming through, man. Appreciate me some, y'all. That's my word. So yeah, you know, when you see somebody ratchet, like I mean, we need to kind of nail this down. Is ratchet on the outside or is it on the inside? Or is it something that happens on the inside and it starts to show on the outside? What y'all know? What would you say? I think you probably have to be ratchet on the inside in order for it to show on the outside. But is being ratchet on the inside, is that a sign of insecurity, or is it outward expression? Is it extroverted expression? Like, is it the ability to say, I don't care? And if being ratchet is your ability to do something regardless of what anybody thinks about it, is that ratchet or is that real? Is it ratchet or is it real? Is it real or is it ratchet? Once again, I think it depends on the eyes that are viewing it, and it depends on who's judging it. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, do you underdig? Do you know what I'm saying? Actual fact. D Young says all of those. Well, how come being ratchet and being real have so many of the same properties? But you may be ratchet because of the way that you dress and your whole physical presentation. Now, how is it possible that you can dress like a stone cold outward crazy person? You know what I mean? Maybe showing too much skin where you should probably hold it in. too much skin where you should probably hold it in. I said that's too much skin where you should probably hold it in. You know, too much skin where you should probably hold it in. You're showing too much skin where you should probably hold it in. I said that too. Hold on, y'all. Fuck that. Too much skin where you need to hold it in. Showing too much skin where you need to hold it in. I said that too much skin where you need to hold it in. Yo, rewind it, run it back. Yo, begin. I say that too much skin where you need to hold it in. I said that too much skin where you need to hold it in. I said that too much skin where you need to hold it in. Where you need to hold it in. Where you need to hold it in. Too much skin where you need to hold it in. I said that too much skin where you need to hold it in. I said that too much skin where you need to hold it in. Where you need to hold it in. Where you need to hold it in. But you might be the most intelligent person. You might really have it going on. You might be really smart. You might be really loving. You might be really giving. You just have on too much makeup and your skirt is too short. And you got that little 6 titty thing going on. You got that little 6 titty thing going on. You got that little 6 titty thing going on. You got that little 6 titty going on. You know what I'm talking about when you got that extra titties. You got 6 to 8 titty. Yo, on the crap table, put my money on the 6 and the 8. You mean 6 and the 8? That's where you want to put your money on. I'm talking about our titties. I'm talking about our titties. She got 6 to 8. Talking about our titties. Bra too small. I'm talking about our titties. Yo, she showing all yo. Talking about our titties. Yo, yeah. I'm talking about our titties. She got 4, 6, 8. Yo, this is great. No, it's not. That's going to make people really hate. Are you hating when you talk about something that's not straight? What you might call ratchet and what you might call real. Shout out to Yolanda Nicole. What's going on, ma? How you feeling? Thanks for coming on through. Samaj Network too. What's going on? That's right. Alabama is all up in the house. How you feeling? How you feeling, my G? Good to see me, some you today. That's word. So we talking about what you might call ratchet and what you might call real. What you might call ratchet and what you might call real. We may find out that it's all about your preference. I know that ratchet people seem to have very little regard about conformity, about conformity, uniformity, and conventionality. They don't seem to concern themselves with that too much, even though they might, but it's not showing on the outside. But what is showing on the outside is all of this crazy, the whole they got the whole Christmas tree thinking, we got the whole ratchet in his hand. He got the whole ratchet in his hand. He got the whole ratchet in his hands. He got the ratchet joint in his hands. He got the earrings in the eyebrow. In his hands, he got the lashes in the eyebrow. In his hands, he got the lashes in the eyebrow. In his hands, he got the ratchet joint in his hands. You can't stop it because it's in his hands. I'm gonna do it like a one-man band. He ratchet as hell, you can't understand. Yo, son, hey, yo, for real, son. Yolanda Nicole said 18 tits. Slow down. Yo, a truck has 18 wheels and is long. She got 18 tits and is wrong. A truck has 18 wheels and is long. She got 18 tits. Yo, what's wrong? What is going on? Come on, bring back Marvin. Yo, what's going on? Yo, niggas out here starving. Saying shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? What up, kitty cat? So, yeah. That's what we're talking about today. That's what we're talking about tonight. What you might call ratchet and what you might call real. Now, like I said, ratchet folks seem to have very little regard about conventionality, uniformity, and conformity. They're not down to flow with the rest of the fishes, even though compared to the other ratchets, they may be doing exactly like that, but they seem to have their own thing, but they're not very organized. Yo, chill. They're not organized. My brother from another mother, Norris Hill. I said, my brother from another mother, Norris Hill. What's going on, my brother? Thanks for coming on through. It's always a sight for sore eyes when I see you. That's right. As Cook got the lashes and the eyebrows. It is. Hey. No, she got the lashes and the eyebrows in her eyes. She got on tight ass spandex on her thighs. She got 18 titties. What a surprise. All right. But real people don't, people who we say are real don't seem to have a lot of respect or desire to conform either, or to be conventional. You know, both of them tell the truth. Both of them seem to be honest. You know, it's just that a ratchet person will, you know, say some shit, some honest shit about their feelings, but they'll do it when they're angry, and they'll do it to make somebody else feel bad or look bad. You know what I mean? You stupid ass bitch. But somebody who's real may do the same thing. But because they don't have on fake lashes and painted on eyebrows and all the other accoutrements like a lace front wig. She got the lace front wig. She got the lace front wig, 360 big. She got the lace front wig, 360 big. She said that she was a BBW. She's about to bring about a whole lot of trouble to you and your doorstep where the peace was kept. Yo, all of that shit is done for now. She about to show you how and why. And you thought you was fly, but she thinks she fly to you. And you gonna see too. All right. Let me stop playing around with y'all. We need to have a serious conversation. And if you want to actually speak on the mic, 319-527-6199. That's the number to call. 319-527-6199. That's the number to call. It's the Daily Go Get 'Emism Show. And we're talking about what you might call ratchet and what you might call real. What you might call real and what you might call ratchet. I think that they have a lot of the same properties. As a matter of fact, I know it for a fact. You know. But when you know a person and you like a person, you'll call them real. And when you don't like a person or somebody is strange to you, you'll call them ratchet. You know what I'm saying? Yo, it's about to rain crazy. No looting tonight. Take a break, y'all. Don't steal nothing. You know what I'm saying? Please don't steal nothing. Y'all made your point. You know what I'm saying? Y'all made your point. We get it. I swear we get it. Without a diz out. All right. But what you might call real and what you might call ratchet, what you might call ratchet and what you might call real, like I said, I think that they have a lot of the same properties. And so, you know, I mean, you could say that we have to respect that, but we don't really have to respect it. The choice is yours. The choice is yours to respect or disrespect anything, as long as your disrespect doesn't get to the point where somebody is being affected by it. But as Cook says, lace front, you killing me small. It's real. You know what I mean? You can't tell a woman with a lace front wig nothing. And I mean nothing. I see we have a call on the line. Hold on, y'all. We have a call on the line early in the game. Caller with the last number 6103. Welcome to the Daily Go Get 'Emism Show. Thank you for holding. Wait a minute. All right, there you go. What's on your mind this evening?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks for taking my call, brother. I just wanted to say, I think when it comes to things ratchet or real, what we're really talking about is foolishness.
Okay. You think it's foolishness?
So what we see, yeah, it's just foolishness that's been made cool by our culture. That's what we see. That's why our community is the way it is. Because our community more than any other ones. I know some other ones do it too, but ours is the one that glorifies foolish behavior and makes it seem like it's a good thing to do. And that's where the situation we're in right now, because we got a bunch of fools around.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You know, there's a part of me that agrees with that, because you know how like you know how like I think that we do have a culture that accepts things that aren't acceptable, and we do make them cool, and we do even heap praise on it sometimes. Like take like the rapper Cardi B, right? Now, people who like her music, they'll tell you that she's real. They won't say she's ratchet. They'll say that she's real because I guess they like something in her lyrics. They appreciate her struggle coming from being a stripper to making records that they actually like to hear. They like to hear her talk. You know how she doesn't try to curb her language or to fix her pronounce her words in a way that would make you think that she went to school beyond 8th grade. You understand what I mean? So I can see how you would feel that way. At the same time, some people have been raised by parents that we might call ratchet. Some people have been raised by parents who did ratchet stuff. Maybe didn't know how to control their temper, didn't know how to control the words that they spoke to people. Got angry. Some people grew up with parents who cussed them out all the time. So you see it on social media all the time, and they try to make it sound like all black moms did it. You know what I mean? Yo, what the fuck you think this is? You better have your fucking self in the house before the street lights come the fuck on, or that's gonna be every black mom don't talk like that. You understand what I'm saying? But let a lot of people tell it that's not ratchet, even though it is. But like depending on your preference or who and what you like, you may judge that differently. What do you think about that?
So with your point with Cardi B, I understand, and I'd ask you, do you have children?
Yes, I do.
Do you have a little girl?
Yes, I do.
Would you want your girl to act like Cardi B when she grows up?
Oh, my brother, I don't like Cardi B at all. I have no appreciation.
No, but you get my point, though. What I'm saying.
I do, but even though she's not my preference, I don't like anything that she does. I don't like what she represents at all. I also know people who say the opposite, and they really dig her. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not an advocate for her, but I have to use her as an example because it's valid. But go ahead.
Right. So what it shows is that someone who would look at her and say, "Oh, this is a great example," or they think, they look at her and they think something positive. That's just a reflection of their own character, right? I'm not judging her at all. Whatever she has to go through in life to get what she got to, I respect anyone who can come up. But she is being used as part of an agenda that's designed to get people, especially our people, to act in a way that's self-destructive. If you look at most of the music culture we see, going all the way back to the 90s, when gangsta rap started, it's all designed to encourage behavior that's designed to destroy you. All of it is. If you look at it, since that music has started up, that's when we've seen more and more of our young people get involved in crime, stop taking education seriously, give into the whole peer pressure to just want to engage in crime and drugs. That's where it came from.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of the plan. So people like Cardi B, they're put out there for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
She's there for indoctrination reasons. And so what we need, as our people need to realize is stop being foolish, man. Why do you think you look at certain groups of people, for example, you take a look at the Asians, how they handle this stuff? Why is it that all their kids do good in school? Why is it with Jews that all their kids do good in school and they always go on to get good degrees in medicine or engineering or in the law or something? Why is it? Is it because they're smarter than us? Of course not. It's because they have a culture that could put that level of expectation on their kids. And they demand their kids to do well in school, to conduct themselves in a certain way. And by doing that, more of their children have better outcomes. But our culture is the opposite. Our culture minimizes the things that matter, like education and how you handle yourself, being responsible, and they glorify foolishness, and you see what the outcome is. Mm-hmm. That's why we have a black prison population so high. That's why we got such a high single motherhood rate. That's why our community is a mess, and no one in their right mind wants to live there. But no one wants to tell it because it's a painful truth that hurts to hear it, and anyone that says it gets attacked. Mm-hmm.
Well, let me ask you this, because you brought up the whole gangster rap thing, and I've always found something really interesting about the music industry and the entertainment industry as a whole, because it kind of makes me wonder who's to blame in the whole thing. Is it the creator or is it the promoter? Because if you take like gangster rap, like white people didn't push gangster rap until gangster rap started selling. Like if you take even before NWA, there was Ice-T. And Ice-T was making pretty decent gangster rap over on the West Coast. And he was making, he got on a major label, you know what I mean? And he was talking that G shit, that pimp shit, and all of that. And as you know, Ice-T did very well for himself. Now then you fast forward a couple of years after that, when Easy E was encouraged to rap because he had money to push NWA, you know. But NWA was created by themselves. That was of their own creation. Now when Jerry Heller came along and found a way to market them in a way without any airplay and all of that, that was pretty genius. But you can't say that Jerry Heller created or pushed gangster rap. They created it for themselves. So we have to take some accountability for how it happens. Like don't get me wrong. I blame white supremacy for everything, and I blame systemic racism for everything. But I also have to recognize that, huh?
You blame white supremacy for everything?
Well, damn near. I blame white supremacy for I'm using a little conjecture, but I blame white supremacy for most of our social problems because they created it. It's a system, and when we fail to realize how the system works, then we fall victim to it, which happens all the time. But when
It's not necessarily true.
what's not necessarily true?
I mean, I'd ask you, for example, are you a drug dealer?
No, I'm not.
Do you take care of your children?
Of course I do.
Are you a law-abiding citizen? Like when I say law-abiding, I'm not saying violent crime like robbery and assault and murder and drug dealing.
I'm not an offender. No, I'm not an offender.
And are you living dependent on the government, or are you able to take care of yourself?
I work every day.
Okay. So what that proves right there is, because you're black and because you're in America, doesn't mean you have to engage in any of those things. And you as an individual decided to make the right choice. Now, you could also say your parents made certain choices that maybe, or taught you things to help you make good choices. But at the end of the day, it's up to you as an individual. And what we need to stop as a people is stop saying because I'm black or because of systematic this or white supremacy that's why there's black failure. That's not true. Because plenty of immigrants come into this country who are black and brown from Africa, from the Middle East, and they come in here and they get their business and they handle their stuff and they come up. And so people need to stop with this excuse making and then be honest with yourself and look yourself in the mirror and be real and say, listen, is your life bad because of racism, or is your life bad because you made a series of bad choices? If you're honest with yourself, and all of us can be honest to say this, if you look back and say, you know what, had I done this and this and this better, my life would be much better than it is right now. But people don't want to do that because that hurts. It's a lot more comfortable to be able to blame somebody else for my problem than to judge myself, because judging yourself hurts. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's so hard for people to do that. So it's easy to just blame somebody else because it takes away that responsibility.
That's interesting. Well, let me ask you this. So are you saying that systemic racism has no effect on our community?
I'm saying it doesn't have the effect people are making it out to be. Because I know personally, and as you as a black man, especially if you're a man, right? There's something this is really key on. As a man, for a man to say that somebody else can negatively affect me in my life without forcing me to do something, that's you admitting you're mentally weak. That's what you're saying by doing that. Because you're saying they're mentally influencing me to choose things that are against my own well-being. Right? So, for example, if I were to say to you, what would it take for someone to get you to not take care of your children? You'd probably say they'd have to kill you, right?
Yep.
Right, but what do we see? There's still a lot of black men out here that refuse to take care of their children.
But did somebody did somebody kill to take care of those black men?
No, what I'm saying is that if you as an individual, based on your character, can say to yourself, someone would have to kill me to stop me from taking care of my children and being responsible and being there for my kids, then you have to ask yourself, then what would cause a man to not be there and take care of his children? Oh, it's because he has a bad character. It's a reflection of who he is as a person. You get what I'm saying? It's not because of some outside force. It's either because of his own personal weakness or he's got some kind of character deficiency that causes him to do that. To where he would say, I got children, but I'm not going to do anything for them. Or I'm not going to be involved in their life. Or I'm not going to take care of them and love them and teach them the right way to live. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
people, we got to be honest and say, man, listen, at some point, it's on you, man. If you're a woman and you want to say, oh, other people made me, okay, that's fine. I'm not going to make that argument. But for a black man, a grown adult man who doesn't have a mental or physical disability, to make it seem like it's other people's fault for my problems, come on now.
Okay.
I just can't accept that.
I'll say this. I agree with you on an individual level, but the reason that I asked you if you thought that systemic racism works or not, or has an effect on our culture, on our way of life, I was going to also ask you if white supremacy has any effect on our culture or in our or on our lives, because from what I can see, the white man doesn't really like to waste his time. He doesn't like to waste his time, his efforts, or his money, especially his money. So,
what do you mean by the white man? You talking about white people in general?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of white people in America that are dirt poor, broke, living in a trailer park, eating mayonnaise sandwiches.
And they aren't the one, and they aren't part of the power structure. But guess what? None of us black people are part of the power structure. Not one of us.
What are you talking about? When you say power structure, define power structure.
Like, we don't have power. We don't have power at all. We don't have the power. We don't have the power to implement. Listen to what I'm saying. We don't have the power to implement change in this country. We do not own that.
Oh, okay. So now, do Asians have that power?
Yes, they do. But they are not. But Asians do not have power. I mean, Asians are not part of the power structure in America. What Asians have done is exactly what you said. Wait a minute. Well, I'm not done because I'm not.
You need to be part of the power structure.
No. Hold on, my brother. You listen.
That's a myth right there.
Wait a minute. Wait. You are totally discounting. Discounting the way the immigration system is designed in this country. You are totally dismissing that as if it's irrelevant. If I'm listening to you, you would have me thinking that anybody can jump on a plane or a boat and come over to this country and make a way for themselves, as if they don't have to apply, as if they are not surveilled, as if they are not checked out to be made sure that they are going to be productive in this country, as if they were coming from another place to come here to remain in the same condition that they were in their own country. And that's totally ridiculous.
I know immigration firsthand because my family immigrated from Africa.
Okay.
I saw my own parents.
All right. So they don't just take any Africans. Wait a minute. So wait a minute, my brother.
They didn't have
but you know, if you are a descendant of Africa, I'm a descendant of Africans, then you know what the immigration process is, and you know it ain't easy. You know they don't just take anybody. They ain't gonna take if you a.
They do take a lot of people that like. Are you trying to say that the people who immigrate to America are only people that got money or got education?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is
they have what's called the DV lottery process, where in a lot of these countries there's literally a lottery to get a visa to come to America, which is at random. Now, the American government, when they do their vetting, what they check for is if you have a criminal background.
Exactly.
That's what they look for.
Exactly.
So the two things that could disqualify you from coming to America are if you have some kind of serious medical condition that could be contagious and spread, or if you have a history of criminal behavior. If you don't have those two things, if you have a visa, you're able to come to the United States. America brings in, on average, per year, about 1 to 1.5 million people a year come to the U.S., immigrate to America, every single year. Now, in this country, the reason, first of all, so many people try to come to America in the first place is because America is a land of economic opportunity and it's a land of freedom. Now, for a lot of Americans, especially Black Americans, they get offended when I say that because they don't think America is a land of freedom, but they don't realize
because it's not. Because it hasn't been given, because that freedom has not been given to them. They haven't experienced that.
No, it has. You do have freedom now. In the past,
no, you don't. No, you don't have freedom now. You don't have freedom now.
Let me define freedom. Let me define.
No, let me define freedom. Let me define freedom.
No, because as an American, your standard of freedom is not the same standard of freedom for everybody else in the world. Everybody else in the world.
No, as a Black American. No, as a Black American. As a Black American. No, not as an American. You can't lump me. You can't lump Black descendants of slaves in this.
I'm talking about the rest of the world versus America as a country.
I'm not talking about America as a country. I'm not talking about America as a country.
That most of the world doesn't have. Like, for example, brother, this radio show you got right here where you're saying what you're saying, you can say anything you want about the government, about the mayor, about the governor, about the president, about anybody, about the military, and you don't have to worry about getting killed or put in prison tomorrow for saying that. Where I'm from, in my country, most of my family got murdered just because they spoke out against the government. Now, most Americans don't live that way. Now, you in where I'm from, people get murdered for not believing a certain religion.
Hold on,
slow. You in this country, you're free to believe any religion or be an atheist, or you can come out publicly and say anything bad about a religion, and you don't have to fear for your life.
We have. My brother, you got to slow down. Yo. You got to slow down. Listen. We're gonna have to both dialogue. You're not going to just be able to. I'll let you get your shit off, but I'm not going to let you just like go on and on and on. The reason that you wouldn't be able to see things through the lenses of what an American-born descendant of Black slaves would see is because you don't understand that history. You don't understand that history of brutality. You don't understand that history of mental conditioning. You don't understand that history of mental enslavement. You don't understand that history of lack of education and the inability to be able to do that. You don't understand that history of limited of free movement. You don't understand that history of being taught that you were from a foreign land, which is Africa, when you are actually probably right from the land that you were speaking from. You don't understand that. You don't understand the brainwashing. You don't understand what it's like to be taught that a man who stands before you is your master and your God, like the real God, pie in the sky, heaven. Okay, you don't have that. So the rest of the world tries to discount that like that was in the past, as if that doesn't carry over generation to generation to generation to generation and put us right where we are right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't allow myself So it's not about it's. Wait a minute. Wait. Hold. Wait. No. Wait. No. Wait a minute. So without having that understanding and obviously not any compassion about that, that makes people speak a certain type of way as if they know our struggle or understand it or can empathize when they have no idea and no interest in empathizing with that. And if I came from another country, I probably wouldn't want to deal with that either. But the thing is, once you get over here, it affects you too. You can't get away from institutionalized racism if you have black or brown skin. It doesn't excuse you. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how we are the only born and wait a minute. We are the only born and bred Americans who suffer in this way while being taught that it is our own fault and that we can control it when it is totally out of our control. They call it a system for a reason.
So people who come from countries where their governments were killing them right and left, where they were being ruled tyrannically, where their lives are being threatened, where they were living in dire poverty, where people were starving to death, and they were being hunted down. Those people who came from that, like my mom, her whole family got killed. She grew up as an orphan, a teenage mother living in the streets. And I can look to her life, and am I allowed to now say, because of what happened to my grandparents and what happened to her and how messed up their life was, now I got an excuse to not handle my business to be responsible?
Nope, nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that. What I'm saying is, exactly your argument. No, it's not my argument. See, you're looking at it in limited lenses. No, you think I'm trying to say that because you think I'm trying to make an excuse. You're trying. What? I'm sorry. What did you say?
That's what we're talking about. Remember, we talked about being ratchet, being real, and I talked about being foolish. And so the context of my conversation with you was about how black people that they act. We were talking about how black men who either are responsible or not responsible for their kids.
My brother, I'm talking about perspective.
White supremacy and systematic racism. And my point to you was because bad things
we're gonna get back on our shit
to prior generations doesn't mean that you're not an excuse.
No, first of all, this show is about perspective. What you might call ratchet and what you might call real. It's about perspective. You know, we wasn't even talking about that black shit, but you introduced that, and I thought it was interesting. So I engaged. But you're taking the narrative somewhere else, and I'm not really going to listen. We do this show every night, and you can come back on another night, and we can finish all of that. But we're not really doing that tonight.
Hey, brother, I was just responding to your point. You brought up white supremacy, systematic racism.
I said, and that was in response. Oh, let me fix my mic. I brought up white supremacy in response to when you were saying that they push this music. Like they push Cardi B to sound like this and this and this. And I'm like, I think Cardi B wanted to be what she is because the record industry isn't what it used to be. They don't develop artists anymore. So basically what you bring to the table is what it is. Just like I can't blame, you want to talk about being ratchet. Remember the group, the Two Live Crew? The Two Live Crew was off the chain and they introduced all of that freak shit. The big booty, the naked girls, all the stripping and all of that stuff. They introduced that to the to rap music. But that wasn't the white man who pushed that. That was Luther Campbell. That was Luke Skywalker who pushed that. So that's why I asked the question. Do we blame the creator or do we blame the promoter? Now, this is what we're going to do now. We're going to get back on our topic of what we was talking about. So let's do that. We was talking about what you might call ratchet and what you might call real. Now, as you can see by me talking to the brother, and by the way, brother, I appreciate you calling in. I can't let you dominate the whole show. I mean, you might be a troll or something like that. But I do appreciate your commentary. And on another night, we can do this. as long as we're talking about that. Let's get back to what we was doing. So check it out. So, you know, being ratchet and being real have a lot of the same properties. They do. And what somebody might call ratchet, another person might call honest or being real. Like people who don't have a decent education, you know, the way that they pronounce their words or even spell their words might be different. You know what I'm saying? It might be like totally incorrect or what we might call improper. They speak improper English. All Americans speak improper English. You know, they made up a way for them to sound like they're speaking proper English, and they called it American English. But only English spoken in England is English. Everything else is basically a spinoff. It's a copy. It's a duplicate. It's, you know what I mean? It's not correct. But nonetheless, when we hear somebody, you know, talking that, what I guess you could say talking a lot of slang or whatever, we might call them ratchet, but their knowledge base is controlled and centered into a certain box, and so they're working with what they have. Now, are they ratchet or are they real? It's going to depend. You know, maybe if I grew up in the projects, shout out to anybody who grew up in the projects, because I'm not trying to diss, but maybe if I grew up in the projects where everybody spoke the same kind of way because that was pretty much their culture, even if it's a counterculture, a culture within a culture, a culture within a culture. Even with all of that being said, you know, somebody who doesn't live in the projects might be like, "Yo, you know what I mean? That's why I can't deal with all niggas in the project. They're all ratchet." You know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. But this person might have a mind that's sharp. They may be able to remember things that happened to them when they were like 1.5 years old. Meanwhile, you can't remember what happened last month. You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes I think that what we might call ratchet sometimes spills over into things that don't really have anything to do with it, such as your education level. Do you have to, let me ask y'all a little something. Do you have to be educated in order to escape the ratchetity? Now, I know some of y'all, like, do you have to be educated to escape the ratchetity? Now, I know some of y'all, I said, do you have to be educated in order to escape the ratchetity? I know some of y'all are going to say, well, no, because I work in an office with all college graduates. I work with all engineers and all of that. And some of them ratchet as hell. My supervisor ratchet as hell. My manager, she ratchet as hell. The owner of the shop, ratchet as hell. The chairman, ratchet as hell. The board of trustees, ratchet as hell. The goddamn stockholders, they be ratchet. So, I mean, but what is it? What y'all talking about? And T. Carey Wright says some people feel as if ratchet is real. That's what I know. I know Carrie. I know T. Carey. Ansel Jones. My brother Ansel Jones is in the house. What's going on, my brother Ansel Jones and girl Nikki all up in the house? Girl Nikki. Well, 1986, girl Nikki. What's going on, man? As Cook says, patting the top of my blue hair may be considered ratchet. You're not going to escape being ratchet just because you only got 2 titties. But do you have to be ratchet because you got 6 titties? I mean, you may have, you know, something may have caused your breasts to become engorged. Maybe you're pregnant and it popped out. You know, big titty bras cost a lot of money. You know, big titty bras cost a lot of money. You might not have had that $50, $60 to get a big titty bra that wasn't cheap. I mean, you can get an El Cheapo, but you know you're going to pay for that shit. So you might have had to stick with your double D titties when they grew to H sizes. It ain't your fault. You got bills to pay. You trying to put your children through school. You send them to a Montessori school, and you figure, well, I'm gonna make sure my kids get a good education, even if I gotta have 8 titties to do it. All 8. It ain't easy to hide 8 titties, baby. You wore a thick ass sweater, and we can still count 7. Like, wait a minute, a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, 6. Where the 8th titty at? You can't have 7 titties. Yeah, yes, I did. Yeah, I only got 7 titties. I'm a survivor. Stop. Don't do that. I'm a survivor. That's why I only got 7. Odd number on the chitty. All right, y'all. But yeah. And by the way, we gonna make up that time. The time that the bull took, we gonna make that up. We ain't going nowhere till at least like 8:15. You know what I mean? We ain't nah, son. Nah. Okay. But being real, being ratchet, it's a preference. It's a preference. You know, what might be real to me might be what might be ratchet to me might be. And by the way, men and women can be ratchet. It ain't just a woman thing. Francina Bazemore. And she says, no, I just told my friend our kids don't talk like the kids that live in the city. We are holding PhDs. Oh, you ain't ratchet or real. You bougie. You bougie. You don't be talking like the rest of them old hood Negroes. You bougie. You bougie. You like Jack A on 227. I see. Let's see. Oh, you like Jack A on 227. Oh, you said we ain't holding PhDs. Oh, you real. I was just saying that, Francie. I was just saying. Yeah, she real. She ain't ratchet. I'm sorry. I thought she was bougie. I thought we was gonna have to take you back to a show we had a couple of weeks ago. Yolanda Nicole says, "I'm glad you don't have 8 tits." Oh, I'm glad too. I don't want no tits. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I don't want that. I don't want that. That ain't cool. That ain't cool. Marcel Jones says, suit and tie with Tim's, yes or no? It depends. It depends. Are the Timbs brand new and crispy? Are they black with the smooth leather, or are they that new buck leather like the suede? Like if they the suede, nah. But if they you might be able to pull that off. But if you would have said Chuck Taylor's in a suit, I'm like, that ain't even ratchet. It's just corny. It's just corny. Emily Dunlap in the house. I said it, Emily. She said man tits. Ew. Yeah, word. I'm all on your top with that. Word. Yo, shout out to Chicken George from Roots. What? Shout out to Chicken George from Roots. Yo, Chicken George, yo. He knew how to have a cockfight. Yo, a cockfight. Yeah, cockfight. He made sure he made that money every night. He is cockfight. Chicken George, I said the cockfight. Yo, chicken, the cockfight. People say I'm ratchet. Man, but I don't be believing that shit. We talking about what you might call ratchet and what you might call real. That's what we talking about tonight on the Daily Go Get 'Emism show. What you might call ratchet, what you might call real. Y'all can call into the show 319-527-6199. Once again, the number to call is area code 319-527-6199. Shout out to Chicken George from Roots. That's my man Ben Vereen. Cold chilling. And shout out to Kunta Kinte. Shout out to Kunta Kinte. Kunta Kinte went from 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 being whipped, having his foot cut off, to being able to teach little white kids how to read on public television. If that ain't progress, what is? Now the question is, was Kunta Kinte Ratchet or was he real? Now, on Reading Rainbow, when Kunta got all bougie and changed his name, you know what I'm saying? He changed his name. I was like, Kunta, yo, Massa know you know how to read? Kunta, yo, you gonna get us all hung. You gonna get us all beat. Massa find out you teaching people where you learn how to read from? Where you learn how to read from, Kunta? Oh Lord. That boy, he know his numbers too. Oh shit, what happened to your chains? Good Lord. Which one? Was Kunta Kinte Ratchet or was he real? Until I get that question answered, I'm not going on with this show no more. Was he ratchet? Was he real? The only thing greater than yourself, was he ratchet? Was he real? The only thing greater than yourself, was he ratchet? Was he real? The only thing greater than yourself, was he ratchet? Was he real? The only thing greater than yourself, I said the ratchet, was he real? The only thing greater than yourself, I said the ratchet, was he real? The only thing greater than yourself, I said the only thing, I'm not going on until y'all tell me whether Kunta Kinte was ratchet or was he real. Is it real Flash? Is it real Flash? He cut off his foot, then he ran fast. Is it real Flash? Is it real Flash? He cut off his foot and he ran fast. He ran fast because he was real. He ran fast because he was real. He ran fast because he was real. That's real. That's real. That's real. Kunta was real. Okay, all right. Shit. I don't play, man. You know what I mean? I got questions as serious as cancer. Who can teach the average dancer hyper than a heart attack? Nobody's smiling. All right. All right, good. Shout out to girl Nikki. Now, what she said? Kunta was real. I don't care what you say. He did not submit to that name easily. He was real. And I don't know, man. I don't know. I think black people did themselves a disservice. Because how come we don't know nobody who named their children Kunta? What, no Kuntas? Y'all ratchet ass black people out here naming y'all children after fucking bottles of beer and alcohol and soap opera stars and shit. I ain't met me a Kizzy. I ain't met me a Kunta. I ain't met me a Chicken George. I ain't met me a... Listen, I don't give a fuck. I'm in my black history. When I saw Lady Sings the Blues, I swore that my firstborn son was going to be named Piano Man. Fuck what y'all talk. If I ever have a son, his name going to be named Piano Man. Piano Man. Piano Man. Girl Nikki says, I follow LeVar Burton on Twitter, and these murderous cops had him dropping F-bombs the other day. He real. Oh, LeVar Burton. Oh yeah, that's the bougie Kunta. He shit. Some of these herbs hitting the wrong way. That's the bougie Kunta. The LeVar Burton. That's his white name. That's his slave name, LeVar Burton. Listen. That's Toby. Shouldn't his name be Toby? Last time I seen him, his name was Toby. Anyway, Francina said, Kunta was real. It was in the entire time. How many how many times did he run? He said, walk. I's gonna run. 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 Girl, Nikki says, see, that's why you choking, taking shit, talking shit about Kunta. That say taking shit about Kunta. That don't say talking, but you know what? I ain't even gonna bring that up. I'm gonna read it like I ain't see it. Anyway, what you might call ratchet, what you might call real. Now years ago, we didn't even have the term ratchet. And some people, and there's still a lot of, there's some disagreement about whether the word is really ratchet or whether it's wretched. The word is wretched, and we're saying it like ratchet because people from down south made up the word and they don't know how to talk. You old ratchet ass, hussy. You old ratchet ass thought. She's a ratchet thought. She's a hood drat. You are an udrat. What? What you say? I said, you are an udrat. You are an udrat. You are a ghetto. You are an udrat. You are a ghetto. You are an udrat. You are ghetto. You are an udrat. You are an udrat. And what an udrat? Hood. You are an udrat. R-A-T. I said, you are an udrat. Hood. I said, you are an udrat. A-R-A. Oh, you are an udrat. You are an udrat. You are an udrat. You are an udrat. What the fuck are you talking about? You are an udrat. Fuck is you talking about? You are an udrat. That is the problem here. You are an udrat, and you don't be representing. You are no. You are not. You're not representing. You're an udrat. The scum of the earth, that udrat. Girl, Nikki says, I was astonished to learn I was ratchet after being called bourgeoisie all my life. Who the hell taught you how to spell bourgeoisie? You bougie just for doing that. Who does that? I was called ratchet after being called the bourgeoisie. Who are you? Anastasia? Anastasia, and did you get? I thought you got killed in the Russian Revolution. Anastasia, hey yo, Anastasia. Turns out she lived. Anastasia. Emily Dunlap says, don't categorize everyone down south as the same. You've been warned. Y'all all ratchet and y'all talk funny. Now prove me wrong. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? All right. T. Carrier says, really? On what premise did they call you ratchet, Nikki? Oh, she ratchet. And bougie. She booze. She ratchet booze. Booze rat. She booze rat. Booze rat. Booze rat. You are a booze rat. Oh, what? I thought you said I was a hood rat. You used to be an udrat, but you have some redeeming qualities. So you are a booze rat. Because you are a hood rat who thinks you are the shit. And udrat who thinks you are the shit. And perhaps you are the shit, but listen, I mean, this is no time for compliments. So you go, do me a favor, you bourgeois. Beat it, go down the street with that bullshit, as you Negroes say. You beat it with that bullshit. Take that down the street. Don't nobody want to hear that. Don't nobody want to hear that. Girl Nikki says a ratchet is a goddamn tool. You know damn well they misspelled and mispronounced wretched. No, I don't. No, there's no proof. There's no proof. No proof. They don't even use it like wretched. They don't say you're a ratchet soul, or the way you would say you're a wretched soul. They're not talking about medieval Europe. This ain't the Baroque era. This ain't even the Parade era. This ain't the Baroque era. This ain't the Parade era. He said it was the Baroque era. He said the barbecue era. All right, Emily says, I'm a come for you. Is this the language you wanted? Yeah, there you go. Now you're talking. All right. Do the damn thing. Samaj Network says, let's get off down. We all don't talk the same. But if a person makes up a word, they have the privilege on how it's pronounced. Listen, let me tell y'all something. All people from down south do talk different than people from up north. Doesn't necessarily make y'all wrong, and definitely doesn't make y'all bad people or nothing like that. But you got to admit, sometimes we can't understand the words that y'all saying. Now, that doesn't apply to all y'all, because some of y'all be like, you from down south? What did you do? What'd you do? You shed your you shed your twang? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? The most important thing is that you're able to communicate. As long as I know what you're saying, I don't really, Norris Hill says, here's a 70s ratchet saying, ask your mama. Yo, man, go ahead with that, you jive turkey. So Joe says, I don't say times table. I say multiplication table. Yo, what is this? This is a glass table. I don't know where they find no multiplication table. It's too many numbers. It's too many numbers. But look, before we get out of here, I want to say this. Shout out to some of y'all black, y'all ratchet moms out there. And some of y'all grew up with ratchet moms, but it's all right. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I mean? My mom wasn't ratchet, though. She wasn't. Not much. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to your ratchet sisters that you love. You know what I'm saying? The one that looked out for you. The one that's always looking out, keeping you out of trouble. I want to shout out mine. And I want to shout out to your ratchet ass brother that can't stay out of jail. The ones that you gotta, watch where you take them, because they might get out of, they get out of pocket every now and then. Shout out to your little ratchet ass boyfriends. Your ratchet ass boyfriend that you used to go with, your ratchet ex. Ratchet ex. Your ratchet ex that you was scared to take to the company picnic, the company cookout or whatever. You took him to your company cookout, and you knew that he was going to have a few drinks and start acting a fool, and he did. And that turned out to be the most popular motherfucker at the goddamn barbecue. This ratchet don't know what to say out his mouth, motherfucker, was the realest thing at your corporate company barbecue. And everybody was asking you, when are you going to bring your boyfriend around again? Oh my God, he was so real. He's so funny. Oh my God, your guy, he's a great guy. And you went home that night embarrassed in the mud. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude, you was scared to bring him to your cookout because he was mad ratchet. But you know how white people love ratchet. As long as you ain't all violent and crazy, but they like that nigga shit. They do. So you brought your little nigga, man, to the crib. The one that be blowing your back out. You know what I mean? You made an executive sexual decision. You made an exsexual decision. You made an exsexual decision. You brought your sexual. You made an sexual decision, and it worked out. How did it work out? It worked out. Like, yo, they loved your man. He was mad popular at the cookout. When are you bringing Tyrone by again? Tell Tyrone, tell Tyrone that we really enjoyed having him, and we can't wait to see him again. Tyrone. Hey, tell Mustafa, go Eagles. Tell Mustafa, go Eagles. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, crazy, son. Yo, hey, for real. Word mother, for real. And shout out to your ratchet ass aunt. You know everybody got a ratchet ass crackhead aunt. You know what I mean? But that just happened to be your favorite aunt that you used to go, who house you used to go over all the time when you was young, and she just happened to get high. You know what I'm saying? She took it too far, so she had, crackhead aunt. But she went and got clean, and now she your favorite aunt again. But you kind of miss, them crack ways she used to have. Dancing at the cookouts. She was down to like 97 pounds and shit. Challenging everybody on the dance floor like she used to do in 1983. Yo, you can't out-smurf me on the dance floor. And shout out to all y'all crackhead ratchet protectors. The ones who tried to act like their relatives or their friends wasn't on the crack, like they just had an alcohol problem, knowing damn well alcohol don't make you do that. Shout out to y'all. Shout out, for real. You know what I mean? Shout out. Y'all the real MVPs. Y'all the real MVPs. I love you to death. Let's go ahead and do these birthday shout outs, son. Let's go ahead and do these birthday shout outs, and then we're gonna holler back at y'all. We're gonna have to pick this topic back up on another day. I'm a little salty that the bull came through and stole that time. And it's partly my fault too. My bad. But we're gonna get back at it. This ain't the first show about ratchetity that we've done, and it won't be the last. We're gonna be back at it. You know what I mean? Shout out to my tambourine. Hallelujah. Do your thing. We gonna rock it out when we swing. I said my name is Sun 7. I do things my way, and I give a fuck what the next man might say. My day is coming up roses, and I really think that it is supposed to do what I wanted to do when I come through. I want to see in my DG crew, and if I don't see them here, then I feel kind of bad. Where y'all at? Yo, holla at me, yo, cat. I am down with this DG crew, and we do this every day. See you. Oh yeah. Number one out the box. Shirley Sure, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. Happy birthday to you, Shirley Sure, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. What's going on, ma? You know what I mean? Always glad to see you coming through. You've been down with the daily go-getimism and urban therapy with Son since day one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's my peoples right there. Love you to death. And Lissa Rose, happy birthday to you, Lissa Rose, from Chicago down to Tennessee, and then over to Atlanta. Happy birthday to you. And also Teresa Brown, Brown. And that's my peoples right there. And Jamie Pope, happy birthday to you. And Alan M. Swan, turning 56 years old today. Happy birthday to you. And my girl Shay Fry, happy birthday to you. And my girl who used to live right next door to me, and she's of Nigerian descent, My girl Hope Costin, she was smart as a whip too, still is. And Fela Watusi, happy birthday to you, Fela Watusi, turning 58 years old today. And my man Reggie Reg, that's my people, that's my man. I'm gonna have to give him a call. And Latanya Pruitt, happy birthday to you. And Kenyatta Walls, a happy birthday to you. I said, Sharnice Frazier, a happy birthday to you, turning 30 years old today. And Ty Star Horton, happy birthday to you. And Carla Henry, turning 56 years old today, happy birthday to you. And Philly Peace, turning 43 years old today. Oh, yeah, there are a lot of birthdays today. And also, Aimee Mayetta Perez, turning 39 years old today, happy birthday to you. And Tarsha McKinney, happy birthday to you. And Tracy Williams, turning 48 years old today. And last but certainly not least, my girl, Shakira Kai. Happy birthday to you. I want to say happy birthday to all of you and anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious June 3rd, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out, rock on and do the damn, rock out, rock on, do the damn thing and do your thing. Y'all represent the queens and kings and do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, y'all, listen, check it out. Peep game, feel me. You know what I mean? Listen to what I got to say right now. Whether you consider somebody to be ratchet, whether you consider them to be real, somewhere along the line, ratchet and reality, ratchet and realness are going to come into play because they both have a lot of the same characteristics. They have a lot of the same properties. Samaj Network says my line is busy. That's not possible. You got through the other night. I know we good. I don't know. But yeah, it really comes down to a preference. It depends on what you like and who you like and the way that you like a person to be. A lot of times people like people who are ratchet because they think that they're funny, entertaining. They think that they have an innocent nature about them and they have an authenticity about them that's attractive and innocent. You know what I mean? Like, well, they just doing what they can. Sometimes being ratchet can be off-putting. It can be offensive to some. It smacks of ignorance, and sometimes it's like I don't really want to deal with all that craziness, especially when it seems like it's going to lead to violence or humiliation. We don't want to be associated with that kind of stuff. Now, being real is being truthful, but being truthful and being honest aren't always the same. Sounds kind of crazy, right? But being truthful and being honest aren't always the same. And sometimes we have to make sure we know which line separates the honesty from the truth or the truthfulness. But nonetheless, you're going to be attracted to the people that you're attracted to. And even sometimes when you're not attracted to people, you can still have an appreciation for them. Sometimes you may respect people that don't hold themselves to be very respectable, but you can see why you should respect them or why you can respect them. Shout out to all my respectable people out there, and shout out to all my respectful people out there. Shout out to all of y'all, for coming through and making this show what it is. And I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all to death. I resuscitate y'all and love y'all right back to life. Good looking out. Shout out to my Instagram people. Shout out to my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. Shout out to my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. And my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I said day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I appreciate YOU. Yes, I do. I'll be right back at y'all tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. You think I won't win? I will. You think I don't have the skills? Yo, be blessed, be black. Be back tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 8 o'clock on the Central Standard Time for my Alabama peoples. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Yo, I say, yo. I with your ratchet ass. I with your ratchet ass. Thanks for coming through, y'all. Peace. I mean, you know what I mean? Peace, y'all.